Hey, lovely friends, let's continue our vocabulary learning journey with the Four Horsemen Conversation. The words will be in the description with more example sentences for you to read.
There's a place for the sacred in our lives, but under some construal that doesn't presuppose any bullshit.
Let's talk about the word construal. Construal is a noun. It's the interpretation of the meaning of something. So Sam Harris says, I think there is a place for the sacred, for the holy in our lives, but under a new form of interpretation that does not assume nonsensical ideas to be valid, does not presuppose bullshit.
But I think there's a usefulness to seeking profundity as a matter of our attention.
Sure.
The next word is profundity. Profundity. Profound means very deep, and profundity is its noun form. So there is value in looking for a deeper way of living.
And our neglect of this area, I think, as atheists, at times makes even our craziest opponents seem wiser than we are. And I mean, take someone like Sayyid Qutb, who's, as crazy as it gets. I mean, Osama bin Laden's favorite philosopher. But he came out to Greeley, Colorado, I think it was, around 1950,
Yes.
and spent a year in America, and noticed that all his American hosts were spending all their time gossiping about movie stars and trimming their hedges and coveting each other's automobiles. And
Coveting each other's automobiles. To covet is to want something badly, to desire it very much, usually in a greedy way.
he came to believe that America was or the West was so trivial in its preoccupations and
Trivial in its preoccupation, just so petty and superficial in what it pays its attention to or what it keeps it busy. Preoccupation is what keeps you busy.
so materialistic that it had to be destroyed. Now, this shouldn't be construed as giving any credence to his worldview, but
This shouldn't be construed as giving any credence to his worldview. That's a great sentence. So construe is to understand. So we should not understand this to be a form of confirmation of his worldview. His worldview is flawed, but this person has a point that there's something that we need to pay attention to. The word credence is kind of like validity.
he has a point. There is something trivial and horrible
Yes.
about the day-to-day fascinations of most of us and most people most of the time. There's a difference between kind of really using your attention wisely in a meaningful way and our perpetual distraction
Our perpetual distraction. Our distraction, which is never ending. Perpetual. Perpetual with stress on the second syllable. Perpetual. It's an adjective.
Traditionally, only religion has tried to enunciate and clarify that difference.
When you enunciate a difference, you highlight it. You make it very clearly understood.
And I think that's that's a lapse in our.
I think you've made that point, and we've accepted it, Sam.
Yeah.
And I think that's. I mean.
Thank you so much for paying attention to this video. I hope you've learned a couple of new words. Catch you in